Hello everyone, Jolene here from Chill Lifestyle. So this is going to be an August, a little brief summary of August, what could possibly happen. And the words possibly is because, again, psychic readings don't really exist, okay? Tarot readings, it's a story that tarot cards tell us, okay? It's no way here to predict a future because, in all honesty, futures can change. You change your mind today and you decide to do something today that changes. You may be thinking or wishing or wanting something, and then the opportunity comes your way and you run away from it. Then it does not happen, okay? So, there's a couple of things that are fixed in stone, and sometimes fate will step in to help you, and sometimes these things might come up in readings, but a lot of the times it's up to you really what you want to create. Most of the time we are afraid to take action, and so we stay in loops. Okay, so the yes or no's, I will throw them in every now and again. And again, if there's any specific readings you would like me to do, then by all means put the comment down below. So August is very much, it's the 8th month, and we've also got the 8-8 portal, and this year it's going to be 888 because 2024 comes down to numerology as an 8, and 8 is really about abundance. Okay, it's about so in numerology it's really the number for abundance, and in astrology it's also about investments, it's about inheritances, it's about sharing. It can also be about sexuality, for other people. 8 is like an infinite number, so it's about infinity. Yeah, so we're going to have a look at your possible August, and sometimes even if spirit can be years out. Okay, so if spirit says something's going to happen again, there's normally other things and factors that have to take place, like relationships or jobs. Sometimes a relationship has to come to an end before a new one can start, or with jobs, maybe perhaps someone else has to leave the job or quit, or something happen before the job becomes available. And so spirit can't control how long these events take. Okay, so there's always a timing in place. So when I say August, this is just the energies of the vibration that you are in now, and it could be months out and even possibly years out. Okay, I know it sounds really nasty, and that's probably why you shouldn't really be watching this in order to and live by tarot readings. Okay, it's not healthy. Just take the information and carry on living your life, and knowing and having faith that it will eventually manifest. Okay, so we've got pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. Choose your stone, choose your pile. These are just pre-shuffled some cards for you, and obviously I will do more shuffling as we get into the reading. So have a fantastic week. I'll chat to you soon. And again, guys, I'm on TikTok and I've got a lot more videos, and you'll obviously see a little bit of my videos that I post here. Everything else is in the description box below. Goodbye. Hello and welcome. If you chose pile number 1, I didn't even mention the stone. So if you chose this stone in pile number 1, then this is your reading. So these are the pre-shuffled cards. And you know what? Haha. You can just wait. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull some cards for the month of August. So what we have here, wow. So pile number 1, we have possibly a new emotional beginning. Okay. For some of you, this could be a new beginning in love. But what spirit guides are doing, what I love about this card here is, what I found quite interesting is these mermaids are pushing this heart out of the water, and it's quite a little bit of a turbulent water here. So what's happening is, and they're pushing it towards the sun. The sun represents happiness, joy. So again, this doesn't have to be love. For if you're comfortable and you're happy, or you're not interested in love, then this is just about your heart reaching a place of joy, and it's been pushed out of the turbulence, out of the muck, towards the sun. So they helping you face the sun. So oh, sorry, that's my dog. What is going on? And then we've also got the Guard of Swords. So the Guard of Swords, that's about Robin Hood. And Robin Hood stands for truth and justice. Bless you. So Robin Hood stands for, when he was stealing from the rich in order to give to the poor. So he stands for truth and justice. wrong with you? Oh gosh, that's so funny. So Robin Hood stands for truth and justice. And it may be you feel like you want justice in your life, or you wanting to stand for something that's real. Like maybe you've been dealing with people who just haven't been very real with you. And it's time for you to stand for some kind of justice. Maybe that's what I'm getting here. Okay, so first card we've got is the Guard of Wands. So this is about the Pied Piper. So the Pied Piper, the story goes that, you know, a town has a whole lot of rats. They can't get rid of the rats. And so this Pied Piper has this like magical flute, and he blows this magical flute, and these rats go into some kind of hypnosis by the flute, and then he managed to drive them out of the town. But then he doesn't get paid, and so he goes back and he does the same thing, but this time he pulls the children out of the town, and then, you know, they get upset, and eventually they pay the Pied Piper, and, you know, there's a whole story about it. So I kind of feel like you've been pulled away by someone. You've been perhaps you were quite young in your day, and you were kind of hypnotized by someone's tune, someone who managed to pull you away from your truth, or maybe pulled you away from what you really wanted in your life, or maybe, I don't know, there's something about this Pied Piper and the tune, and maybe it's now, I kind of feel like you were deceived in some way, or you were addicted to something that wasn't necessarily good for you. It's like, this is your town, this is your place, and you were pulled away from where you should be, or where you belong, is what I'm getting. And I kind of feel like someone had a very hypnotic tune, and they were, you know, getting you away from where you actually belong. So like this could be your hometown, or, you know, your true heart, or where your heart belongs. And yeah, you were done by the hypnotic tune. And so it's almost like it's time for you to now go back. Okay, so you could be the children that's now grown up. And it's time for you to find your way back. Okay, and maybe this is the justice that now needs to be reset. Okay, you cannot, you need to disconnect from this Pied Piper, for example, this hypnotic tune that pulled you away from ideally where you have belonged. Wow. Okay, so now we've got Aladdin and the magic lamp, and of course, as you know, he's the genie, and he's giving you your 3 wishes. So what are your 3 deepest wishes right now? Okay, this is what you've been asked right now. What are your 3 wishes, and what do you want? You know, again, do you still want to be hypnotized by this Pied Piper, or is there something more that you are wanting? Ooh, now we've got the Guard of Hearts. So the Guard of Hearts is, well, this is your fairy godmother, and your fairy godmother is saying, and it's quite funny because, you know, she's also the good witch in Dorothy, and it will come to me, the story. Anyway, so Dorothy wants to go home, and the good witch says to her, all you have to do is click your red shoes 3 times, and you will be able to get home, and say, home is where the heart is, home where the heart is. So this is the Guard of Heart. This is someone who is actually granting you your wish. The problem being is, again, your home is where your heart is. Where's your heart, pal number 1? That is the most, we started off with straight away, and injustice has been done to your heart. So now you need to take your heart home. Where does that belong? That's the question for you. That is what you are being asked. Now, can't help it, but I was just about to put these cards down, and now I see the Child of Hearts. This is crazy. So this is saying there is a curiosity, because Goldilocks is peering into the Goldilocks and the 3 bears. She's peering into the bears' home, and she can see that they live very differently. There's something very weird and different about how they live compared to how she lives. Okay, there's something about the home for you, there's something about the heart for you, and there's something about dealing with people that are perhaps a little bit different to what you are used to, or different to your usual type. And again, it's not this hypnotic thing, but this is really where you belong. You belong in this weird family, or in this weird people. And it's time for you to look at your perception. Maybe your perception, needs to change now. Maybe you recognize that the Pied Piper or the tune, the hypnotic tune that you were codependent to, is what I'm getting, is really and truly not where the heart belongs. And now you have a curiosity about something else. And this is definitely a time for you to have a look at that. Right, so let's do some clarification on this. Right, Spirit Guides, please give me clarifying cards for the God of Wands. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Just want one more. Sorry, I just want one more for the God of Wands. Why is the God of Wands here? Okay, so it's quite funny because so this is more in alignment with the Child of Hearts, which is that of looking back. There's so in tarot, when someone's looking back, again, there's the sense of something to the past. Okay, looking back to the past with curiosity, looking back to the past. The God of Wands, I mean, again, codependency. Okay, so what happens here is there's this need for you to look back to the past, to when you felt your best. Okay, it's so we suffer with codependency when we, okay, so, and I'm going to mention my book again. The reason why is because, again, you have to understand the patterns. When you don't want to see something, you don't want to see how you have chosen people because it's more in alignment with how you were feeling at the time. Okay, so if you are feeling low, people can often go, well, why would you date a narcissist, or why would you accept being abused? Again, people repeat patterns. When a woman is pregnant, okay, people never think about this. When a woman is pregnant, the emotions that she goes through during that pregnancy is often instilled into the child. And so that child can be adopted, right? And even when they're adopted, they will still pick up certain emotions or certain habits through the womb of their birth mother, not necessarily always the people who raise them. Okay, you obviously pick up traits from the people who raise you as well, but those patterns are brought down through the energy of the blood. So what happens is, if there's some kind of trauma, so if your mother was pregnant during the war, for example, she's going to have a lot of emotions of fear because, there could have been fear of her husband if he's at war, whether he's going to die, or whether there's going to be fear of not having enough food, or fear for your own life and safety. And so if you were born during the war, you're automatically born with fear. Okay, so codependency is normally something we stick to because it's easier. And it's not, abuse comes in many ways. Someone can abuse you by making you feel small, by making you feel little. Abuse doesn't have to be beaten up, okay? It can, emotional manipulation is abuse. So there's something here where you, in some way or form, have felt closed off. Your heart chakra is what I'm really seeing is being affected here. Your heart chakra has not been open. So because you are afraid of experiencing true love, you have chosen something that was more lust. That's what I'm kind of getting here. You've chosen something that's more along the lines of there is an attraction here, and you have mistakenly represented that attraction as love. And so you've followed this person blindly because eventually you've fallen into a pattern of, I can't be without them because I'm no better, or I can't get better, or because you've got some kind of toxic trait. And being with this person's easy. It's not happy, it's easy. Okay, so when you are, sometime in your life, you may have felt a lot more better about yourself, a lot more empowered, a lot more attractive. This could also be a creative hobbies or something where you, because the King of Wands he's intuitive, he is creative, he's like the marketer or the painter or the, something about the King of Wands is just very, he knows who he is, okay? And he's comfortable within himself. He's positive, he's attractive, and he knows he is attractive. And there is a sense of being curious about the past. There's some kind of truth that lies in that past, and you could possibly learn a lot from that situation, okay? So when you figure that out, you will then understand why you have chosen certain partnerships, because we always know there are always red flags. And sometimes we put red flags, like for example, when it comes to soulmates and twin flames are different. A twin flame relationship, it's triggering because it triggers you to become better. A soulmate triggers you to show you your shadows. There's a big difference. A twin flame doesn't try to make you feel terrible and small and pathetic. Instead, a twin flame tries to empower you by showing you your shadows. Okay, so there's a huge difference between soulmate and twin flame. And a karmic soulmate, which is generally what this is someone who belittles you so that you can recognize that you deserve better. Okay, so that you can elevate yourself towards a King of Wands and push yourself further. Okay, let's look at the Magician here. Chariot. Wow, you want victory. Pile number one, you want victory. Oh my gosh, look at these cards. You're trying to manifest the strength and the courage and the determination to go after what you want. But the problem with this is that this is the Chariot of Fire, okay? He's riding into victory. In fact, these are two cards of riding into victory, okay? This is someone that's after the war. So again, the war's now been won. He's now got the reef. He's riding into the crowd and everyone's cheering him on because he's won, okay? The Chariot's doing the same thing. They're both cards of victory, determination, showing the world who you are. The problem is, one of these are generally horses or sphinx in traditional tarot, which is, again, it's the yin and the yang. It's the light with the dark. There's shadow work. This shadow will pull you away from what you are trying to manifest, and you're needing to fight it with all your strength and might. Okay, so what you're truly wanting is something you're trying to manifest, but you have to fight it. You have to fight it with everything that you have. We have got King of Swords. Truth. The Emperor is in reverse. Queen of Swords. Wow, King and Queen. So your true love, because the guide here is showing us, now again, this doesn't have to be about love. This whole path seems to be about love, but it can be your true passions, maybe your true belief is you are an artist and you just have to find a way. There's some kind of creation, some kind of invention. You are more than what you believed, okay? You have not chosen your true path because of fear, because of codependency. The King of Swords and Queen of Swords. So the King of Swords is looking straight at you, at your face. The King of Swords is blunt, and he is like, you need to cut away these things that are no longer. The King of Swords is very much, he is the king of the mind. He can balance his thoughts. You cannot sway the King of Swords, because somewhere in between the king and the queen is, so the Emperor upright is someone who can take control. It's a father figure, someone who's controlling, someone who knows what they want, but he's also he's understanding, he's caring. In reverse is someone who is controlling in a jealous, possessive, not positive light. It's someone who controls via fear, someone who uses fear tactics or manipulation, or so there's something in between your heart's wishes, your heart's true desires, and you needing to balance your mind. The Queen of Swords as well, she ain't, this is a, I mean, air sounds really about thoughts. She is, look at her hand in the air. She's got that sword. She's looking to the future. She cuts out anything In her world, that is not for her. Her hands are out. She's pointing towards the future. She is determined and she knows exactly what she wants and she's going after it. She's not allowing anyone to get in her way. And if you try to get in her way, she will cut you out. Off with the head, okay? So these two are power couples, okay? Either way, there is something manipulating you. There's a devil card and there's the emperor in reverse. So we have got a controlling person. Now this could also be a childhood. You could have a father that was highly controlling, was my way or the highway. You do what I say, not what I tell you. Don't question anything. And so you've dabbled off your whole life and you've done things to make your father proud, or mother. But really and truly, you haven't really been in your own true values. You've dated people to please your parents. You've dated, you follow careers to truly please your parents. And so it's been reflected back in you in these relationships, in these jobs, and in these bosses, people who do not respect you because you didn't respect yourself. So how can you expect other people to respect you? So only when you truly become strong, gather the courage to balance your mind, go after what you're wanting. There is a curiosity. You know it. You know it. Okay, let's look at these cards. Addictions are affecting your romantic life, codependency. Okay, so again, these ones I didn't these ones are pre-shuffled, but the rest of the cards have just agreed everything with that card, and that is you have a codependency problem. You are addicted to toxic people, toxic environments, toxic thoughts, because you don't believe that you deserve better. Because someone in your life has told you you were not good enough. Your heart chakra is closed because you were made to feel that you had to beg for love, or you always had to be perfect in order to receive love. You always wanted someone's love, your mom or your dad's love. Someone in your life, you wanted their love and their acceptance, and they did not accept you. And so you've spent your whole life trying to please this person. But what you're not doing is you're not pleasing yourself. And this is reflected back in you again with your workers, your friends, your lovers, your bosses, okay? People are treating you badly because, well, that's what you belong. So you are codependent. You've chosen the same people who are not going to love you because that's what you're used to. Because the true person who loves you is something, that's why I said there's something about going home to yourself, going home to your true identity, going back to the past, going back to something in your life where you are the King of Wands, who is someone who is positive and outgoing and intuitive and walking your walk and talking your talk. We've got the elemental kingdom here and balance. So again, spending time in nature. Maybe you love spending time in nature. It's because nature grounds you, okay? There's a connection with fairies here. The elemental kingdom, they can perhaps help you, maybe even help you with healing. But this is the interesting card as well. So this is the 8th house. Now, I told you the 8th month, 8th house, 888 is going to be highly relevant. So you are going to be affected the most. And look at that, it's the house of transformation. So you needing to have a look at your shared values. You need to find people who share your true values, not your mom's values, not your dad's values, your true values, okay? Control. You need to take more control. What kind of legacy do you want to leave, pile number one, the world? Do you want to be known as the emperor in reverse or a codependent, toxic person? Is this what you want your children to become? Because often our children become what we show them, not what we tell them, what we show them. So if you are closed off and your heart chakra is closed and you are not able to share love freely and tell people how much you love them and really love people, you're going to have children who do the same. So think about your legacies a lot. Time to maybe research things, sensuality, codependency, addictions. Think about this. Empowerment. Are you empowered to go afterwards? And are you able to take accountability for your toxic behaviors? Are you able to take accountabilities for the way you've treated people or the way that you have chosen certain people? Are you ready to take this accountability? Because if you're not, then this is just a pattern of repeat. Okay, so pile number one, this is quite a bit of a reading. This didn't sound like you, or this didn't make sense for you, then this obviously is not your pile. But yeah, it's kind of, it's time to transform. It's time to change. It's time to really be honest with yourself. Take control of your mind and really work through these codependent toxic behaviors, if you truly want your manifestations, because it's there, you know, your guardian angel, your whatever, the magician, they are sitting there literally with your wishes. They're going to hand it to you, but you need to be ready. You need to want it. You need to be ready. You need to be determined and gather the strength and the courage. It's also 8. Oh, wow. If you're seeing 8 everywhere, this is your reading, because you are needing to take control of your own life, of your own emotions, and go after what you're wanting and disconnect these negative mindsets and codependencies. So that's what I have for you, pile number 1 for the month of August. It's up to you, really. Okay, thank you, and have a good month. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. Thank you, and goodbye. Hello. If you've chosen pile number 2, I didn't even mention the stone name. So if you chose the stone, this pile, then this is going to be your reading. So I'm going to take those and put them aside. We'll come back to those just now. So let's have a look for pile number 2. What is the month of, wow. So we've got the 7 of Swords and the Guide of Swords, right? So I kind of feel like you have sabotaged something in your life because you are following the hypnotic tune of the Pied Piper. So let's see, in what areas of your life are you following the Pied Piper? 10 of Swords, something that's made you feel like you've hit rock bottom, like you've hit rock bottom in your life, you've hit rock bottom in a certain situation, you feel like you've been stabbed in the back, perhaps because you never followed your intuition. You never followed your intuition, you followed someone else, someone who was attractive, or you followed the path, you followed the crowd in school, you followed the people that were not truly you, because it was a pretty picture, or it was a pretty person, or you followed the crowd because you wanted to be popular or famous, but you never followed your own intuition, pile number 2. And now it's time for you to follow you. You followed what your parents told you. There's something about following something that was never ever your own intuition. You were afraid of your truth. So let's get more into it. So pile number 2, what is going on for pile number 2 in the month of August? Wow, all these 8s. It's just incredible. Pile number 1 had so many 8s. Now pile number 2, you've already also starting with 8s. Okay, a little bit more than what I wanted, but I'll take it because it's just so interesting. Often my pile number 1 and pile number 2 seem to be similar. I don't know why, but they seem to be very similar. So what am I getting here? Pile number 2, right. You've been trying to perfect something, okay? You might have been working away. Maybe you're studying. Maybe you're thinking about studying. I kind of feel like there's a skill, there's a hobby, there's even knowledge. There's something that there's a lot of learning here. And even if it's not gathering information, maybe you're not reading books or learning anything specific, there's some kind of life lesson, okay, that I'm getting for you. You figuring out where you belong in this world, you're figuring out what skills, what hobbies you might have. Yeah, there's just something about training or learning. Again, you might just be getting information. You know, it could be something simple as, you know, you wanting to learn how to cook, for example. Just throwing it out there. I kind of feel like now you needing a little bit of time in meditation in order to really think about maybe perhaps what you want to do going forward. So, I mean, I will clarify it, you know, a little bit more, but there's a sense of options. There's a sense of cutting out the illusions, cutting out what no longer serves you in order for you to truly go after your wishes. Okay, and so there may be different things that you've been thinking about. And I kind of feel like there is something that you knew, something in your past, something that you were good at, that may be able to help you while you meditate, while you think, while you contemplate. The Child of Hearts in the near future, and then we've got the Six of Hearts as well. So that's interesting to tell me that in the month of August, I'm feeling like for you, there is something different for you, okay? There is a curiosity. Now, the traditional Six of Hearts is that of the past. So it could be peering back at something about the past. Now, with the Eight of Crystals, so this is in the past, present, future position. This is something that you may have done as a child. So like, for example, as a child, you may have practiced painting or ballet or sports, for example. There's something you did as a child that you were quite good at, okay? You may have, skated or done something, some kind of hobby as a child, and you may be looking back at that. Okay, there is something about peering into something that's different. So you might have taken a different path, but now you're wanting to look back. And it could also have been a lesson. Okay, there could have been a person in the past that taught you some kind of important lesson, and you're needing to look back at that. Okay, so whatever it is, Goldilocks is peering in through the window. Okay, this is the window of the three bears, and they are different. They don't do things the way she does, and so she's quite curious. This is quite interesting. Like, why do they live this way? And so she's so curious, she actually goes inside to go try things out, to try and figure out these weird people. So there's something about this in the month of August where you are curious about something that's different. Okay, different in some way or form, but it's related to your past in some way or form as well. Okay, so you might be thinking about something and you're like, oh, but that's just weird, or that person, I didn't really date that person because there's no way that was going to work out, because they're different, they were different to me. But you have this curiosity to look back, because it's kind of makes me feel like so 6 is also the number of balance. Okay, and 8 is the number of stability, it's the number of investments, it's the number of prosperity. So it could have been something you invested in as a child, or in the past. Past can be 5 years ago, it can be 20 years ago. This person or this situation is someone who was actually someone who once wanted to lift you up. This is someone who was quite uplifting in their beliefs, or uplifting, and you felt really good around this situation, whatever it was. It could have been even a friend that was just weird and different, and you looking back, or a family member. I kind of feel like there is a sense of this person's going to come and help you. Is what I'm really thinking about. This person is going to come help you. So if you get reconnected from someone in your past in the month of August, this person's here to really help you. They're here to lift you up. There's something about looking back and helping each other. Okay, so you could be helping them and they're helping you in some way or form, but it's going to lift you up out of your situation and elevate you. Okay, so let's get more into this. Right, I want 3 cards about this. Wow. Oh God, okay, this is crazy, because these 3 cards, I'm going to reshuffle, because those 3 cards I haven't even shuffled. That's why I said, I don't know why pile number 1, pile number 2 often are interlinked in some way. Okay, that's fine. Okay, wow. Okay, so this is again, Page of Wands. This is a curiosity, okay? Something that has potential, but it happens in a desert where nothing is growing. There is something that is growing. So it's again, there's the sense of feather in their cap and realizing that you can actually, this is like what you can make lemons out of lemonade out of lemons, sorry. So a sour situation or a bad situation, if you actually learn the lessons, you will realize that there's something you can do with this. There's potential here. We've got double Child of Hearts and Page of Cups are basically the same thing. Again, there's this creative hobby, this artistic skill, this idea that comes to you out of the blue. Okay, there's also a card of apologies, but this idea that comes to you out of the blue, that you start to have this realization that actually I was very good at being an artist. I was a very good painter. I was a very good sculptor. I was a very good, poet, whatever. But you also have this, how can I put it? Someone, I don't know, there was this fight that maybe changed this. Now, again, this could have been an ex-relationship, a friendship or something. Maybe you and this person had a bad fight. It was an argument that led to a breakup of friendship or a breakup of a family member or something. And there might be an apology out of the blue coming in from that. And you may not wonder, I don't know, there's something like, should I trust this person or the situation? People grow up, is what I'm getting. There was a lesson you had to learn from this person. This person had to learn a lesson from you. Okay, let's get the Seven of Swords. Okay, let me get 3 cards for the Seven of Cups, sorry. Wow, 7 of Cups leading to the 10 of Cups. So you need to cut out illusions, because what you're really wanting is you're wanting fulfillment. You're wanting a family. You're wanting a home. You're wanting a marriage. You're wanting children. You're wanting people to come together. But you've chosen the illusion. So yeah, you held on to the illusions. You were closed off to truly opening yourself up to something that was possible, because you chose something else. Again, you started off with this hypnotic tune. You chose something that was more of the illusion, because it was easier for you to choose this person, because real love is scary, or real going after your emotions is scary. So you chose something that was more what you felt was stable, but I kind of feel like it was the illusion. It's so funny how so many cards, so many of your cards are repeated, and I'm shuffling here, guys. You might have chosen someone who was very attractive, okay? But your intuition, there's always red flags. People say, oh, they cheated on me, but there was always red flags. This person was always looking over your shoulder to someone else, or, when there was someone more attractive in the room, this person all of a sudden disconnects from you, or walks away from you, or somehow does not want to be associated with you because they want the attention of someone else in the room. This is someone who's always secretive. This is someone who's, likes to hide things on their phone, or, when if their phone is around, all of a sudden their messages don't come through, or, they're always checking up on something, but, there's something like maybe they delete messages or they delete things. You've chosen someone who's just, again, it's I don't know, there's something that there's always been red flags, and now you're cutting through those illusions. You're starting to realize that this person is not in alignment with your true happiness, because the 10 of Cups is true fulfillment, true happiness, and you've chosen something or someone that's not really that. And you've chosen it because they're hypnotic, or it was the money. I've chosen a path because this is the money. So this is the career that we've chosen because it, it pays the bills. And it makes me feel good. But your intuition is telling you that something in the past, because also the King of Wands is looking to the past. So as I said, you either chosen as someone who they're always checking up on their exes. And if you ever go look at their, statuses, you'll probably find that they're always watching the ex's status, or they always, I don't know, there's something about the past. This person always looking at the past. This could also be you need to look to the past, to some kind of creative hobby or creative solution. I don't know. Let's look at the Child of Wands. Yeah, this is coming to an end. Okay. You now want to invest in something else. You're learning how to manifest something. There's transformation happening here for you. So in the month of August, you are learning how to transform. You're learning how to end things that are no longer for you. You're learning to walk away from deception, okay? And it might mean some kind of heartbreak initially, some kind of loss, some kind of ending that has to happen for you in the month of August. But again, it's more in alignment with you. It's more in alignment. It will force you to go towards your true happiness. So whatever comes to an end, whatever you find out that may not feel right, it may be because you're dealing with a my way or the highway. I kind of feel like there is someone who will help you out of this. Someone wants to try and help you out. Someone's going to try and lift you up in the month of August. Right, let's get into your oracle cards. We have got, well, autumn. So could be autumn coming up soon, or in the autumn months this might happen. It can also be, you know, the words abundance, preparation, harvest. Yeah, you're being prepared for the harvest. You're being prepared for abundance. But sometimes true abundance comes from your true intuition. True abundance comes from your true passion. Okay, there's definitely a lot of cards here of passion, of dealing with heart stability. And in order to do so, you know, you're being prepared. So whatever you're going through right now, pile number 2, whatever ends or whatever's going on, you know, you might find out that some of your friends or someone's being sneaky or someone's trying to get away with something. This is asking you to really prepare for something that's going to bring more harvest. Mercury retrograde, well, there is Mercury retrograde. It actually is in the month of August. So look, what's backwards motion. X is returning. Last, you know, 3 times a week. Delays and communication. So there could be some kind of delays or some kind of communication. Or it gives you a time to really sit and think about things. Okay, so don't sign any new contracts during the month of August, during Mercury retrograde, because there could be, or check every bit of communication. There could be miscommunication. There's something that happens. X is returning. I don't know, but be careful. So if you are looking to move forward, an X might start to return, or someone who was cheating or lying might want to return. So just be aware of that for some of you, not all of you. But really think about your communication. Don't just communicate without thinking about every step, because it could come out wrong, okay? It could really come out wrong and cause a lot of fights and upsets. And here we've got, wow, look at this deception. Someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship. So here's the deception. I kind of feel like it's the illusion that you've been dealing with, okay? It's someone who really and truly is not interested in what you're getting, as long as they're getting whatever they want from the situationship, the relationship, the whatever this is. There's definitely someone who's wearing a false mask, someone who's pretending to be something in your life. And I kind of feel like in the month of August, you're going to have this realization. You're going to learn what your true happiness is versus taking something that's less than what you are wanting. Something that's, you know, someone who's willing to take most of the relationship, or most of the money, or, you know, a boss that's not really willing to pay you your worth. I kind of feel like, again, there is someone that's going to come to help you, lift you out of the circumstances towards your true passions. And again, there's a lesson, something from the past that's very relevant. Maybe there's someone, an ex, that comes back and you're going to learn the lessons from it, an apology. Just be aware that this person's not, you know, false. I don't know. This is different for every single person. But again, this transformation, it's trying to align you with your true happiness, your true wishes. So whatever's going on, it's going to prepare you for this harvest and for this abundance. So it might feel like it's a tumultuous month. It might feel like a bit of a confusing month. Stick to your intuition. This is your best bet. Stick to your intuition. You will know what to do if you follow your intuition, your gut feel. Don't get fooled by the masks. Don't get fooled by this looks pretty. Stick to your gut intuition, because the harvest, the abundance, you know, it can be you lose your job, for example, and then realize, hey, I'm actually quite a talented artist. That is the preparation, because when you lose your job, sometimes you are forced to look at other areas, and it may be your own natural hobby or natural talent that you need to go back to, and this will lift you out of your situation and take you towards the abundance. Okay, hopefully this resonated for you. If not, then maybe choose a different pile. But yeah, comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll chat to you soon. Goodbye. Hello, and welcome to those of you who have chosen pile number 3. I didn't even mention the stones at the beginning, but yeah, the stone, this pile. Right, those oracle cards we're going to get last. So let's go on to pile number 3. I want to give a good shuffle. I've had so many of the cards being pulled out the same, but like I said, I'm shuffling. I'm assuming the people are getting the messages they need to know anyway. Right, so what's going on for pile number 3? Right. Oh, so you might have spent a lot of time alone, pile number 3, really getting to know, maybe resting, getting to know who you are, dealing with the hermit. So the hermit's someone who, you know, through their alone time, they gather information, they learn, they study, they gain more wisdom. The fairy godmother here, well, this is also about, you know, the fairy godmother, you know, she gives out wishes and stuff like that, but this is also about the key to your intuition, or the key to the truth comes to you in your time of loneliness or in your time of being alone. There's definitely something about that there. Okay, this card has come through every single pile. It's crazy. It kind of feels like there was a need for you to see something from a different perspective. So seeing different people, seeing different religions, seeing different cultures, something about being taught different perspectives or trying to understand things from a different way. But there's definitely something about different people who are different to what you usually go for. Okay, 7 of Swords, that's all about truth, figuring out, you know, where have you sabotaged your life or your experiences, or where have you chosen people who have sabotaged things for you. And well, really and truly, the truth is, you know, going forward, have you learned lessons? Have you figured out who you are? Do you know what you want going forward? Are you choosing things so that you can be popular, or so that other people can think you look good, or, you know, things that make other, you know, like this falseness of trying to keep up with the Joneses, or dating people because they make you feel popular or they make you feel good, but they're not ideally good for you. Not going after your true desires because of fear. I don't know. Anyway, let's get 3 cards, please. Present, past, present, future, and we'll get into it. Right. Midas touch. The 7 of crystals. And the Seeker of Hearts. Interesting. Okay. So pile number 3. Bottom of the deck. 2 of Hearts. So this is, okay. So the Midas touch. Okay. So this is a king that was so obsessed with gold. He just wanted more and more and more. Okay. The problem is, he had the Midas touch. He wanted, I think he met like a magician, and he said all he wants to do is, he just wants everything he touches must turn to gold. And so he was very happy, and he was touching things and they were turning into gold. And the one day his daughter, I can't remember the exact story, but his daughter was quite upset. She was in the garden, and he went to go give her a hug, and he then turned his daughter into gold. So something that you wished for, or something that you wanted, was not, again, as I said before, was not in alignment with, you thought it was in alignment, but I kind of feel like in the past, you start to realize now that the decisions you made, or the things that you wanted in the past, was more in alignment with something that, be careful what you wish for, be careful of what you ask for. You wanted something that you thought you wanted, until you realized that it wasn't that important, okay? Because then he realized his love for his daughter was more important than the gold. So again, there was dating the people because it made you feel good, buying things because, well, other people, I can be proud of who I am because I own these clothes, or designer stuff. But really and truly, all it did is put you into debt. You know, the other people, you're always going to be keeping up with the Joneses, or you're always going to be believing in something, and sometimes it's at the expense of the people we love. So there was a lesson, a karmic lesson that you needed to learn in the past about wanting things that were not truly aligned with your higher self, with your higher values, with God. You know, God's going, well, do we really care whether you've got designer shoes? No. Rather be spending that money on things like, you know, your home or your children, or that there's something, okay, there's something. It could also just be your values or your belief systems, because there was something about perception and seeing different people differently now, and realizing how you had chosen something at the expense of people you loved because you thought that this was important. And then you realize in the long run, it wasn't really important. And now you're seeing things from a different perspective. You're seeing different cultures, different religions, and it's changed your whole perception of what you had chosen, that something isn't as important as what you thought it was. So this could be different for different people. I don't know. Whatever that was, there was some kind of injustice that happened, and you had to wake up and realize that you needed to see them or the situation in a different light. Okay, so cool. Right now, I kind of feel like you now going through this spiritual awakening. We've got the Seven of Crystals here, who is really investing, but you're investing in you. You are investing in spirituality. We've got the chakras here, the carpet on the floor. The gnome is doing a ritual. This is like a spiritual ritual. In many religions, lighting candles, especially in Catholics, they light a lot of candles. This is the candle of the spirit, candle of light, bringing in the light. So different religions and different cultures all have some kind of ritual that they do, and this girl is lighting the candles. I think it's Christmas Eve, and she's a little gnome, but she's sitting on a carpet with all the colors of the rainbow. Those are also the colors of the chakras. So I kind of feel like, again, with the Hermit card in the beginning, there's some kind of spiritual awakening or spiritual enlightenment that you're currently going through. You're lighting the flames. She's got 7 candles there. So you're lighting each flame. You kind of becoming into your own. And now you realize that whatever this Midas touch was in the past, it was just a karmic lesson you needed to learn from these people, from this situation, from whatever it was to you. You had to learn that. Now you're becoming more enlightened. Now you're almost at the end of this enlightenment, because she's only got 1 more candle left. So you work through the fears. I chose that because I was scared. You work through your self-esteem. I chose that because it made me feel better. Okay, now I'm working through the self-esteem. There's 1 more chakra that you have left. So that may be different. Maybe it's opening up your heart and having more love and compassion for yourself and other people. Maybe it's your throat chakra, which is speaking your truth and not being afraid of how you're going to be judged. Maybe it is your 3rd eye, waking up your spiritual eye to seeing the truth in everything. The truth about religion, the truth about God, the truth about yourself even. And then, of course, it could also be your crown chakra, which is really and truly your divine connection to the source. So there is 1 more chakra that you're learning. You're about to work through that. Okay, so it's different lessons that you've been learning, but it's something that will remove you from this Midas touch, whatever it was of you, this hold. In the Seeker of Hearts, so I kind of feel like, so the Seeker of Hearts, this is the Tin Man, and the Tin Man didn't feel like he was a real boy. It's almost in alignment with Pinocchio, because but this Tin Man, all he needed to make him a real man or a real boy was a connection to his heart. So for a lot of you, the 7 of Crystals is really your heart chakra that needs a little bit more working on. Okay, but I kind of feel like there's this connection to your heart in the month of August that's just going to really it's like the last piece that makes you real, the real you anyway. And the 2 of Hearts at the bottom of the deck tells me that it aligns you with your true tribe, aligns you with people that you love to spend time with, aligns you with finding your true religion or your true crowd or your true best friends or a soulmate, or just even connecting more with people that are with the same ideas and same beliefs. Okay, it's your true happiness. We also got another rainbow. If you look here again, a rainbow. Okay, so it's connecting you to the right people. So that's interesting. Right, let's get this Midas touch. Maybe this Midas touch. What is this Midas touch about? Hermit card again. So, okay. You needed to, okay, so this could be a number of things. So it can be money, okay? You were chasing money. You were chasing jobs or situations in your life that were, I need to be rich, I need to be rich, I need to be rich, okay? And realizing now that really money can't buy happiness. For others of you, this is a family situation. You were not, you were definitely not connected enough to your own higher self. In fact, there were deep secrets that were hidden, perhaps within the family, or deep secrets hidden within someone, and you weren't connected to those secrets. Okay, again, you needed to become independent. You needed to feel good about yourself without money, without love, without other people's acknowledgement, without what other people thought. And so things might have been taken away from you for you to realize the real truth. Your real people, the true people that are meant to be in your life, those people are not going to judge you for the way you look, for the clothes you wear, for the house you have, for the car you drive, okay? Your true people will really love you for who you are, for the way you look, okay? And so again, there was this karmic lesson you had to learn around things being perfect or things being looking good. It's kind of like things needed to crumble a little bit, and you needed that time away from these people in order to learn true happiness, what is really true for you, okay? And I kind of feel like you may be searching or trying to figure out why everything in your life is going wrong, or why things are not working out, because you needed to become independent, an independent thinker, an independent woman, man, doesn't matter, away from this belief system that I need this in order to look good or in order to be happy, okay? So you had to learn true happiness. Right, 7 of crystals. Okay, so the Hermit card came out twice for this pile. So again, it's this needing to understand what true stability is, what true happiness is, what true... Wow, your cards are just flying out. And it's more than other piles, but... Hierophant, again, this is the spirituality. The Hierophant, he is, he is the Pope. He is, the high priest. So it's funny how we've got the high priestess and the high priest. So your intuition will give you this connection. This could also be higher learning, traditions, learning about different traditions, different belief systems, higher learning, this higher mind, higher learning. And this is something you didn't want to see before. This is something you had to take your blindfold off in order to see the truth. You refused to see something in a certain way. And now I kind of feel like that belief, it's become such a burden to you that it's time for you to drop the burdens, okay? And then you will have a new start. There's a new beginning for you. It could be money, it could be an offer, it could be a new job. I kind of feel like it's something that's more in alignment with you. So it's a new beginning, that you will eventually get the stability. It may not look in the same light, okay? What you originally believed you needed to be in, this is no longer who you're going to be. The past you is done, okay? You are no longer in alignment with your family, or your family's beliefs, or with money, or with being rich. You're now in alignment with a higher version of wealth, understanding what true wealth is, whether it is I have food in my stomach, I have a roof over my head. That's true abundance. I can actually feed my family. That's abundance. You are already rich. And when you see that, you don't need more, okay? It just kind of feels like the burdens are dropping. I've just seen 444. So if you're seeing 444, this could be relevant for you. In the month of August is really, I feel like there's some kind of potential. There's some kind of, I kind of feel like you're learning new things about yourself, or new things about, maybe you're learning how, to connect more to some kind of love for some. There could be a love offer coming in. There could be some kind of creative hobby, something. You'll get a feather in your cap. And it's kind of like you're going to be heading towards something that's more in alignment. again, you know, for some of you, it's a soulmate. It's something that's going to make you feel very victorious. It's an adventure, a holiday. It's something that's just, you're going to feel a lot better next month. Again, you know, this Hermit card, all of this that you had to go through was really and truly to help you through, to help you see the light, in order to help you clear your chakras, in order for you to heal something that was stopping you from going into this new situation. But you needed to heal at the core. This wasn't just like oh, well, we broke up and I had to heal from him. No, you needed to heal all the way back to your childhood, all the way back to your family values, all the way back to your belief systems. You had to become more in alignment with you, okay? Your soul, put it that way. You needed to learn soul lessons. So it's almost like, again, you are seeing people in a different light, and you're not going to be in line with these new people, and you will feel very victorious when all of this comes through, okay? It's almost like as you start to connect to your heart, you realize how much love and compassion you have for other people. You realize how much you see the beauty in things you didn't see the beauty in the past. You know, we've got tons of rainbows, so seeing light and love and color. And then this new beginning comes forward for you. And I kind of feel like it's out of the blue. When you least expect it, something comes through, and you're going to feel so happy and victorious for it. The card, very soon. So clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So again, you know, very soon something's going to come through for you. Again, just let go of the burdens. Let go of all the worries. Let go of things that you can't control. You know, the more things that, when bad things happen, take it as a, oops, oh well, obviously not meant to be. And then you know what? You drop it, okay? They are just lessons. Look here, we've got Chiron, mutable signs. So mutable signs, I think, are, or I don't remember all of them. Gemini and Pisces are mutable. I think Virgo, I could be wrong. And I can't think of the last one. So Pisces, Gemini, Virgo, and Sagittarius. I think those are the mutable signs, okay? So you may be, you know, relating to one of those. But look at this. You are a shaman. You are a mentor, a maverick, shapeshifter, wholeness, wounded healer. Look at that. Look at this. You're now learning what is true. You know, if you're a shaman, you live off the earth. You don't have to worry about what clothes you wear, because you are a shaman. Your devotion is to healing, is to be the healer, is to be the mentor, okay? It doesn't mean you have to not give up your home and go live in the woods. But what it is, it's learning true godliness, true Christ consciousness, which is that of love, that of being the healer. Christ consciousness is about loving everyone and understanding that everyone has a purpose on this earth, good and bad, but understanding how to work through these things, becoming the shapeshifter and understanding to see through all the negatives, see through everything, to work with different things, to work with what you've got instead of, again, there's this past you is done. You realize that what you were truly wishing for wasn't really worth it, and now you're starting to realize what is really important to you, and you will now become the maverick or the mentor to help other people now. So you will help other people who are struggling. You will help other people who have been more in alignment with the wrong way, and you're going to show them through your own experiences what you've gone through. You're going to show them the light. It's really the Christ consciousness for pile number 3. You guys are the shapeshifters. You are going to help people, the wounded healer. You now have healed your own inner wounds, and you're going to help other people with theirs. Taking action, fruition, intellect, summer. So this is it. It's you, summer. Think about summer. Happier times are ahead, pile number 3. So everything you've gone through, everything you've had to go and suffer through, it was teaching you that you were with the wrong crowd, with the wrong people. You had to see another way, another perception, and now it's time for you to take action, and things will come to fruition for you, okay? Intellect, your intellect, the Hermit card is, he is the wise man. Look at the light. He has had to sit in the dark so that he could see the light. This is you now seeing the light. Happier times are ahead of you, pile number 3. And it's going to happen very soon. This victory, feeling victorious, riding into victory, once you are connected with that heart, the Christ consciousness, the divine mother, the divine father, and understanding true godliness, you then are able to heal, and you're now going to become the maverick, and you're going to become the life coach, the healer, the mentor to other people, and show them how you find your light. Wow, this is definitely the more abundant, happier pile out of the 3. So yeah, it's deep pile. Hopefully, as I said, if this makes sense to you, then this is definitely your reading. And yeah, comment, like, and subscribe if this resonated for you, and I'll chat to you soon. Goodbye.